Hang on just a second, guys. And everything. You know what? I'm just gonna go with it. If y'all cannot hear me, if you get on here and you have a hard time hearing me, let me know, and I will go ahead and go get the headset. So, all right, I'm just looking at things. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna start this. S Comic Maker did a video a few weeks ago about her Monster Boys. And so I decided I was going to go ahead and draw her character, Marco, or as he is called in some cases, Elmar. So I'm going to go ahead and draw him. So we're drawing Marco Jingles. So we're going to start this thing off right. We're going to start with the one that was what they say are the eyes to the soul. So, how's it going? I'm glad you're here, Captain Cosplayer. I'm glad you're here. Drawing a cute shark boy. Or I say not really, I don't know that he's cute, but I know this is kind of my thought on him. I know S Comic Maker, when she was talking about it, was saying, you know, if you got any ideas for it, then, you know, draw it your way or give me some ideas. So I thought, I've got ideas. I've always got ideas. So we're going to go ahead and get into that a little bit. One thing I think is interesting about sharks is that sharks' eyes are not quite like ours, and that they see a little bit differently than our eyes because they have to be able to see underwater. And so they adjust to light differently. And so I thought with Marco, since he is a monster boy, you know, we don't want to make his appearance super monstrous, but we want to kind of give him shark eyes. So that's why I was going with the more black end tones. Well, that's kind of the point of it. With S Comic Maker stuff, I mean, her characters are moe girls or monster girls. And so then one week she did a group of videos for the monster boys. And so I was like, well, if we got to do, she talked about Marco, and Marco was kind of the one that jumped out at me. It's my favorite just because, you know, he's a little bit, she described him as this kind of Yakuza shark boy that was really short compared to the other kids. You ever seen shark eyes before, Chiefy? Uh, you know, it's funny. I've never been super close to sharks. I know when I lived in Texas, near the coast, I know there were a lot of times they would be driving, they would be getting the helicopters in. Hey, J Boney Designs, how's it going? And so I kind of wanted to, you know, and so there are a lot of situations where people would end up having to get bit by sharks and stuff. So, of course, our hospital would have to fly people in. But then when I started working at the hospital, you know, we'd get a lot of people, you know, you see a lot of shark bites victims. And so, you know, you'd be going in trying to serve food to people. And then, especially if you ended up seeing, I'm doing pretty good, Jay Boney. I'm doing pretty good indeed. I just got done doing some laundry. And so I wanted to get on and stream, do something a little bit different than I've been doing for the last few weeks. So I was like, well, S Comic Maker gave me a Shark Boy. So I'm going to put my spin on Marco here. I don't know how she'll feel about it. I know she and her husband are doing some celebration with birthday stuff. So hopefully she'll get to get in here and give me some, let me know how she feels about it and everything. But anyway, how are you guys doing? I appreciate you guys jumping in here on the stream. You know, whether you can stay or not, we'll talk with you. We'll interact. That's part of what I love to do. That's part of the reason why I love you guys getting in the comment section. Speaking of comments, I've got to go through and finish up the totals on the comment contest for the winner of the Batman animated series stuff. So, anyway, that's kind of something I got to pull in together over the next few days so I can have that done. And then that way we can go ahead and ship that out. So somebody's going to be getting Batman Season 1, Batman Animated Series Season 1 and 2, and then a couple of the Batman movies. So that is the plan. Okay, so before we go much further, I'm gonna need to put some highlights in those eyes. Because again, since it's a shark eyes, they do have wacky highlights. We're gonna go light source this way, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my bigger spot here. Sometimes these gel pens work really great, and other times they don't, so it gives me like a spot. Let me try something else real quick. I got a couple of them just for that reason, because sometimes one will work better than the other. Okay, so you have a lot on your mind. So is it anything that you can share with us on the stream, or do you want to kind of talk about that offline? Just let me know. Just making myself available if you need to talk or whatever. I don't mind. All right, I don't think that's gonna work either. I got one more option. Trying to put some white in there. Trying to get some highlights in those eyes. Mammoth Rock! Yes, it is me. And that's you. So I'm glad you're here. It's awesome to see you. So I'll be sure picking up steam on the streams. I like that. I think that's really cool. I thank you guys for stopping in on it. Okay, I think some stuff is dried up on it. Let me see if I can get this off. I did not realize I've been dope for a long time, so thank you guys, both of you, Mammoth Rock and Jingles. I hadn't even heard the term dope in forever. My gosh, man. I was a teenager when they started saying that stuff. I feel old. It's like, man, that was dope, man. That was awesome. That was cool. People are just getting in here. I'm loving that, man. People are just getting in here and talking. That's just cool. Getting in here and doing some things, man. Talking to some people, catching up. Gonna get the hairline going now. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about if I were, because when people say, hey, do it in your style, do it in your version. I can't, it's hard for me to do that because in order for me to do it, I have to almost think like if I were creating a character, what would I do? And I don't want to take anything away from the artist that did it, but it's just like I have to kind of think of it in that way in order to make it work, because otherwise I'm just sitting there going, telling the same story that they told. So, well, I am hoping. It's always meant to join the wheel stream, but it's always ended up missing it. Well, Jay Boney, I'm glad you're on, man. But, it's always said better late than never. Crafts and Cosplayer, my thoughts and prayers are with you, first of all, on that. Especially when I was growing up, man, dealing with diagnoses of things can be tough because you're trying to figure things out as it goes. And Lord knows, we trust doctors for a lot. And so sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's not so good. But we trust doctors a lot, and so we try to figure things out and everything else. And so, sometimes you got to look at our health. When I went through my stuff back on, March, man, I tell you, it changed my whole perspective on healthcare. Because in spite of what was going on in my body, even though we didn't know for sure what was happening, one of the things the doctors were always trying to advise me of is we're doing what we can to help you get better. That's the main thing. It may take a bit, but we're going to figure this out. And so, diagnosis is a little bit different, especially when you're dealing with the stuff you're dealing with. But the main thing I always say in situations like that, especially when you're going through it, is, find yourself, if you don't already have them, find yourself a good group of friends and help you work with it, to help you deal. So I'm, you got a way to contact me if you need to ever talk. So just know that's available. If I don't immediately reach out, it's because I'm at work. But as soon as I can get free, I'm going to reach out to you and let you know, just be there. So I think sometimes the main thing we need is each other. Because sometimes life can get tough. And so we just need each other to be able to back each other up, not only to back each other up, be there for one another and support one another. That's the main thing. And sometimes it can be just as simple as saying, man, I'm thinking about you today. I just wanted to let you know. Appreciate you. Sometimes even just saying I love you, and meaning it. It means a lot to people because sometimes people may not feel a whole lot of love in their world. And so sometimes just letting them know you really care for them and you really love them means a lot. It can change the outlook on things. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. But anyway, we got a Shark Boy. And so my version of Marco is not much different than S Comic Maker's version. Marco, as she described him, was very Yakuza influenced person. He's not only very Yakuza influenced, but he's also very small compared to the rest of the kids at the school that her Moe monsters and his friends, maybe. I don't know. We saw the characters. I really don't know what their relationships are. If she described him as kind of snarky and he talks a big game a lot just to kind of make up. Yeah, we do. I really think we do need each other. That's definite. I don't care where you are in this thing called life. I think we always benefit from having one another in them. I mean, you got some people even here. We all go through things, and we all need somebody sometimes just to say, "Hey, I've been where you're going. It's okay. I've survived, and if I survive, then it's possible for you to survive as well." Yeah, S Comic Maker made a really cute Shark Boy. I'm just trying to do something a little bit different with it. I'm just trying to spin on it for. I don't say for her. It's not like she needs me to put a spin on stuff that she does, but she's definitely got her own awesome spin on some stuff. Y'all need to go check out her videos, man. She's really made a really cool set of little Moe monsters, little monster girls. And I hope to one day see that story unfold in some way or another. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see the day when that book comes out. I want to buy a copy. I want to buy a copy. I want to have it. And I say, yeah, there's this comic maker, man. I knew she was going to do it. I'm watching the thing with the guys. Okay, cool. What you watching, Jingles? Just out of curiosity, you say you're watching a thing with the guys. What you watching? I'm just curious now. So Jingles is on here, so we're gonna have a wrestling moment. Okay, so if you're not down with wrestling, that's fine. We're just gonna talk wrestling for a minute while we're on this. Jingles, did you see the Saudi Arabia show? Did you see that? Did you see the whole, Saudi Arabia WWE thing? Yes, S Comic Maker is really talented. She is definitely talented. I like her stuff. I've been trying to make sure that on a regular basis, each week when she posts up stuff, I know she just did a marker review. I unintentionally gave her a name for that. If she does more of these marker reviews, which I know she's done a few, and I didn't even think about it. I just kind of put a thing out there. I was just like S Comic Marker Reviews, and so I hope she can use that because she was very much like, "Oh my gosh, that's such a cool name." I didn't even think about it. I just kind of threw it out. I was like, well, if she's named S Comic Maker and she's reviewing markers, why not S Comic Markers Review? So, but I want to see her stuff, man. I want to see these monster girls and these different characters be in their own world, man. You never know, man. She might have the next Monster High, Mount Monster High, or whatever the name of that cartoon thing is with the kids and the girls and the monsters, and I can't think. I used to watch. Okay, all right, a fake horror show called Martial Arts Dark Place. It's hilarious. WWE SmackDown used to watch. Yeah, SmackDown just recently got moved to Fox, so that's on Friday nights again. And apparently they did the Saudi Arabia show on Thursday, and then there was an issue. Rumor has it was an issue with Vince McMahon because apparently the people in Saudi Arabia didn't pay them like they were supposed to. So they haven't confirmed it, but basically SmackDown, if you haven't watched SmackDown in a while, or Raw, there's a show called NXT, which of course Triple H runs. And so Triple H is kind of the WWE, I'm not going to say the indie circuit, but what I am going to say is the training grounds for a lot of their future talent. And so I wouldn't call them the minor leagues either, but I'm going to keep the stream roaming and watch it. I have heard so many good things about Carnival Row, although I've also heard that you can't watch Carnival Row in mixed company. Like, Carnival Row can get pretty graphic in some ways. But I've heard that series is really good. So you'll have to kind of tell me about it later, or tell me a little bit about it. I don't have Amazon Prime, so I can't really watch it. But I've heard nothing but good things about that show. So yeah, but anyway, so since a lot of the Raw and SmackDown talent couldn't get back from Saudi Arabia in time, they ended up actually going in and getting NXT talent to come in on the show on SmackDown. And I just watched it on Hulu. It was pretty crazy. And apparently they announced during that show on Saudi Arabia on Friday that this year's Survivor Series is going to be Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. So this will be the first time that minor brand, so to speak, that new, I say minor league brand, is going to be actually in a Survivor Series format with the other roster members. So you'll have main event people and El Rahman as comic makers in the room. Everybody give a moment. Type in hand clap. S Comic Maker, the creator of the character, is in the room. So y'all give her some love. I don't know how long she'll be able to stay. I know she's doing some birthday stuff, but y'all give her some love, man. I wouldn't be drawing this unless she created it. So, anyway, you think this is cool. I've got another picture already drawn that I'm going to be coloring after this of Elmar as well. So, I just want to see what kind of color scheme I could come up with for him. So anyway, as comic maker, if you'd like, you can tell some people, Tina, hey, how's it going? Amanda's in the room. I tried to hop on during the birthday dinner, but it looks like awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. I needed to draw something different. You know, I've been doing the Batman thing for Inktober. I did not quite finish Inktober. Who are the new people in WWE? Well, John Cena, of course, has been acting. Undertaker's barely been there. Rey Mysterio is back, but he's on Raw. I would say the biggest one, Roman Reigns, ended up being moved over. Brock Lesnar was on SmackDown up until Friday. He apparently got mad at what Rey Mysterio did, whatever, overseas, and because somehow Brock Lesnar got back and most of the other rest of the roster didn't. I think Brock Lesnar got back because Brock Lesnar probably has a private plane. so Brock had a private plane, so he didn't have to worry about the experience quite as much. So that's why he was able to get back. So I said my light source is going to be coming from here, so I'm going to do my kind of thicker lines on this side of him. And then kind of go in and do some shadow work. This brush is so old, but I love it. It gets me the kind of lines, and then I've kind of learned over time how to work it. So if I need to do a thicker line or a thinner line, I can always kind of shift just a bit to do it. So I like it for that. Oh, your stepdad's birthday party. Cool. Hey, everybody tell him happy birthday. Yeah, the little shark on his suit. Here's the thing that I'm adding to this. So you mentioned that that Elmar is very much, you know, kind of a small fry, and he's kind of tries to make up for it in different ways. I really wondered if the reason why he was kind of making up for things is I kind of imagine what would happen if his dad was like a super big wig. Like his dad was just like, not necessarily mafia, but he's kind of a boss of like, I don't know, some kind of company. And so because of that, his dad is like, from Random Girl Online, just say, hey, my online friends would like to wish you a happy birthday. Part of my online community. But anyway, so I wondered what it would be like to do this kind of thing like a buff yakuza. Yeah, kind of like that, where the dad is very big and very. So I was kind of thinking. So let me see here. If I were to go through dad, let's come up with something different for dad here. Let me get a bigger head. I don't want to give him kind of the same head size. I want to give him something round, kind of like so. I was trying to avoid that, but I was trying to avoid the Baby Shark song, but I knew it was going to come up as time went on. Can't really avoid it. We need to figure out what kind of company like his dad would own. But anyway, so his dad's just kind of this. His dad's just kind of a mogul, kind of a businessman. But he has a big persona. He's not necessarily the biggest guy either. But he is very well respected. So let's get in here and do some things. Okay, I'm gonna give him a bridge for his eyes. We're gonna give him a bridge here, and then we're gonna do that, and then we'll give him a little tiny shark fin. So let's see. We're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna go in and do the eyes. Space it out and do the eyes on this one. Come in over here, do the same thing. Then we're gonna kind of go there. A little bit more of like the shark face. Kind of fill that in there. At first, I was maybe thinking he would work in ports and be a fish merchant. Doing something opposite might be funny. Like on a loose craft shade store, maybe something could be why Marco likes Houston. You know what? I've got it. Okay. Since you said, okay, this is that creative process firing off, guys. I love this. Okay. So we're talking about liking cute things. Okay. What if Marco's dad, and I'm just going to throw some things out there as comic maker. This is your character. You let me know what you think. And so his dad owns a company called Puffograms. And the idea with Puffograms is that they're little like messages that are sent to kids via unicorns. So it's kind of like or it could be like a big buff guy that sells sweets. So maybe we could do like a candy shop or something, maybe. Sharky's Candy. Oh, Sharky Sweets. That could be his name. We could call him Sharky Sweets. I don't know. I'm just thinking. Be like, yeah, my name is Sharky Sweets. I own the coolest chocolates and vanillas all over the place, man. You be amazed. Shoot, my kids and I, we've been working on these sweets for years, man. We run an empire of sugar and wonderful things, baby. Yeah, Sharky Sweets. If you need that candy, I got you all day and all night, man. You need some chocolate, I got you for that. You need some Laffy Taffy, we can do that too. If you need some cotton candy mixed with some nerds, I got you. Okay, since I just said that, everybody in the comments, what's your favorite candy? Go! We take it seriously. It's Nana's recipe. Yeah, Sharky Sweets. Sharky Sweets. The eternal sweets, baby. Sharky Sweets is available in 6 different locations, including your local plaza, including the Under the Sea Buffet over in Middletown. And we have a special Sharky Sweets going up in a couple of weeks, man. I'm telling you, yeah. Too many to decide. Pick one. If it's too many to decide, pick one. Go with it. Just something. Anything. Pick something that, if you can say, I want one piece of candy right now, what would it be? Do it that way then. It doesn't have to be necessarily your favorite, just something that you would like. I don't know what's my favorite. My favorite candy that I really probably will say I enjoy more than any other candy is growing up, I used to love probably whatchamacallits. It's like my favorite candy bar is whatchamacallits. I may be dating myself a little bit when I say it, but whatchamacallits are my favorite candy. It's like a candy bar. It had like rice and stuff in it. My favorite candy, Snickers or Reese's. Always a saltwater taffy because it made me remind me of the beach in my childhood. Snickers are pretty good. I love Reese's. I love Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Probably one of my favorites. But Laffy Taffies are good too. I like Laffy Taffies. And here's what I'm thinking. Since Dad is kind of Yakuza influence, we're not saying he isn't in Yakuza. Yakuza's bad, kids. But he could be like a sumo dude. Crunch Bar. It's kind of like a Crunch Bar, but it's called a whatchamacallit. I don't even know if they make them anymore. They used to make them years ago. I remember the commercials were pretty crazy. If I had to pick my favorite dessert, it'd be a race between did you say tiramisu or creme brulee? Ooh, well, okay, high class in the dance, comic maker. Okay, I like a little tiramisu. All right, I ain't mad at you. Don't get in there with the tiramisu, man. I'm down all day on that. Yeah, man. Tighten that nose up some. That way, I can make sure it's in an even spot. And we're gonna get these eyes a bit. Sharky Sweets, where the bubble gum is oh so wonderful. Favorite dessert, cheesecake. I like the coffee stuff. It is called a whatchamacallit. That's the name of the Betty Bar. That was the name of the brand. I know it sounds silly, but that's what it was. Cheesecake is really good. I'm not as big of a fan. Lime pie is good. I like lime pie. See, we're just going all over the place. Literally any cake. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is great. This is what we're here for. As far as desserts go, I love a good cheesecake, but I also love, when I say cheesecake, I mean the cheesecake you bake in the oven. I'm not as big of a fan as like the no-bake cheesecake. I prefer more of like the get it in the oven, bake it, and make it with the cream cheese and all that. That's me. Of course, my mom, growing up, my mom used to bake all the time. And so one time she got really upset because she couldn't figure out how to do the cheesecake without the browning occurring, to get the browning on top. And so one day I actually learned how to do it. Draw us some dessert. Let me get his face in. I'll put a dessert. I'll tell you what. I will put a dessert on his shirt. How about that? We'll do a dessert on his shirt. We'll try to figure out which one's going to be on there. So that way we can get that in there. Some sort of dessert. We'll make him a t-shirt. We'll call it Sharky Sweets. Do we want to name him Sharky Sweets, or do we just want to name the place Sharky Sweets? Ask Comic Maker. Let me know. And now we're talking about mozzarella sticks. I saw a recipe a while back with a big lollipop, so it looks like a cigarette. So it looks like a tough guy. I think the joke there should be he doesn't sell gummy sharks. He ought to be like, nah, man, I don't sell gummy sharks here. Gummy sharks swim with the fishes or something. I don't know. I'm just being silly. You can totally sell gummy sharks. All right, let's see how we can get something in his mouth there, because I already kind of drew the mouth in. But think for a second. Swedish fish is murder. Let me see. Can I do something here? Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. Hang on. Let me switch pins up a bit. Okay, so if I go here, and I have the stick coming out this way. Well, yeah, you should definitely keep working on the lab support. Just keep it on the background. You're good. So I can get a couple of stripes in there so it appears to be like a little lollipop in the mouth under the teeth. How can I possibly work on a lab report where I talk about food? Okay, let's decide that shirt. Okay, so let's see, we're gonna go Sharky Sweets. So we're gonna say Sharky Sweets. Anybody got any ideas on what we want to put on there? Do we want to put like a gummy shark? Let's see. I got an idea. We just start putting some random things on there, some different kind of candies and such. And maybe with Sharky Sweets candy store, it could be a place where the kids hang out or something. Like have a hangout or something like that. See, so we got like a mint. Got like some bubble gum. Been watching a lot of anime food wars. I'm not opposed to him being a big chef or a candy maker. You could even he could have a Sharky Sweets and a dinner restaurant as well. I mean, we're trying to make him into something that's like a big mobile or something, so he could have multiple things on at the same time, you know what I mean? Oh, I got it. Sharky Sweets and Shark Daddy's Fine Foods. So that's two different restaurants. Then we got, let's see, let's go with the lollipop there. Let's go. We'll take that through the little E. We'll put the E in there somewhere or another. Short about right there, maybe. And we can do like a lollipop. And then do like some cotton candy maybe over here. And that way we'll put that through the T. I'm just trying to think of something else to add in there. Oh, I know. I think, no, I don't want to do too much. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the shirt. And then we'll work on the rest here as we go. Okay, so we're going to go in first and do the S. And I think with Sharkies, you almost want to make it pointed. Like you want to kind of be like hard with it, Kind of. I don't know if that's a word, but we're gonna call it a word. So we call it Sharky, and then we go Sharky Sweets. And we're putting this in there, getting the letters on, and then we'll go back in and we will pick up the pencils on the other side of this. So that way we end up having the design go through the stuff there. And voila. Okay, so we got the Sharky Sweets in there. Now we're gonna have to pick up the candy. So we'll go ahead and do the candy thing. So first we're gonna do that. Go ahead and put the line work through there, and then we'll put a swirl in there to kind of make it look like a more candy cane. His dad can have a turf war with old ladies. Now remember, this is kind of a monster world, so I don't know how that would work. Maybe we could. Ooh. Maybe one of the characters' moms can have like a candy store, and like Sharky Sweets comes in, and they have like a bake off or something. And then that's how they do that. And that could be one of the episodes of the comic that you're working on where they have to have a bake off. And so, you can even teach kids about the importance of being fair and everything. Because, like one of the people try to, like Sharky, El Marco's dad may try to have some little underhanded ways of trying to get over on his competition. And maybe El Marco's like, no, Dad, we don't need to cheat to win. We either need to be good or we don't, you know, and whatever. And so maybe that's his whole thing. Maybe he can help his dad realize that the most important thing is just being fair, even if you don't win. I don't know. Just thoughts in my head. I'm glad you're loving the design. I greatly appreciate that. That's the awesome part of this whole thing. So we're just going in, like I said, we're just designing a t-shirt. Okay, so there's a little cotton candy thing. So we got some cotton candy in there with the Sharky Sweets. Let me do some erasing. Maybe it would be an episode for a TV show or something. I could come up with a flashy design for the host. Make it flamboyant, extroverted, or flashy. Well, these are S Comic Maker's characters, so you'd have to ask her how she wants to do that. Let me get this down so that way, like I said, I can kind of see more of what's happening, what didn't get inked. I get my big old hands in there. I'm giving ideas away. Oh man. Okay. So we got the Sharky's idea. Now, let me play with this a bit. Okay, so. Alright, this really looks amazing. So super happy. I have to get back to the dinner. I'll talk to you guys later. I appreciate it as comic maker. I'm glad you stopped by. You'll have to come back in once you're done and kind of give your final thoughts and go from there. That'd be awesome. Take care. Celebrate the birthday well. That's good stuff. Okay. Just trying to think of something here. Bear with me just a moment, guys. Just thinking here. Okay, so we do a suit. Then we have it kind of come down here. That way we could show off the shirt and then bring the suit around like so. We could do the suit coat. So we have his dad being just a little bit bigger than he is. We give him a belt. Do the buckles on the side there. Okay, so everybody was talking, and I guess everybody's busy. That's okay. That's all right. We're gonna keep working on here. If you guys want to pop in, I know people pop in and pop out as they need to. I know we got a lot of people working on different assignments. Saw some people working on homework and things like that. I never want to interrupt you guys' work as you're going. So, just feel free to pop in or pop out as you need to. So we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna put that family crest in there, and I forgot to tell her that, man. I was gonna tell her that was kind of a little family crest of the family, so that's kind of why I put that in everything. Somewhere on their person, they're always kind of rocking that crest. So. Go ahead and get that coat in there somewhere. Go ahead and get the hands in. One thing I wanted to do with the dad that's a little bit different than the son is I wanted to give him kind of the fin on the arm. That would kind of just be there. It would be kind of an extension of his arm there. That way it was rocking off. That way when he's swimming and stuff like that, he kind of cuts through water a little bit different than his kids do. I don't know that, in my version of this, I don't know that I would have him be an only child. I kind of think he would be the type that may have and that was another thing I thought about too. He may have a little sister who really likes cute stuff, and that's another reason why he likes cute stuff is because he wants to keep his sister happy. So that's kind of another thing I thought about that I really wanted to say to Amanda that I forgot to say to her while I was on this. So, Elmar. So he's kind of out there just doing his own thing. I don't know for sure what this is. I kind of imagined at one point him having a suit and having a thing on, but I don't know. Maybe it's just a little decoration that he wears on his suit coat or something. I don't know. Yeah, because I think, especially if you're an older brother, even if you're small, and you got a little sister, you kind of want to do things to keep her happy. So that may be the reason why he's into like he'll play dress up with her, he'll play with tea houses and stuff like that. Whenever other people wouldn't. So that's kind of maybe the idea there as to why that'd be the thing. So that was my idea. That was my thing. Like I said, I didn't think to say that to Amanda earlier. I knew she was only going to be on here for a limited time, but I'm glad that I got that out there. I said I was going to keep my light source kind of on this side, so I don't want to go too far over this way. All right, let's go ahead and tie up the shirt because we want to definitely have it like he's kind of was wearing a suit coat, and then all of a sudden it's like he's gonna do that. All right. And my battery is all of a sudden already running out of juice for some reason. Uh, I'll tell you what. I've got an idea. I'm gonna charge this phone for a little bit, and I'm gonna come back on because I got something else that I want to show you guys as well pertaining to this. So give me just about 10 minutes, and I'll come back on, and then we will definitely get this show on the road. Okay? So hang on just a little bit. We're gonna be coming back, so just get ready for that. All right? Actually, I may be able to hold on. May be able to do this. Can I get it charging without that? Is that possible? Okay, so it's charging. Never mind. I don't have to go anywhere for that. Okay, so that's kind of the design or actually, yeah, I may need to go for just a second and then come back. So give me just a minute. Let me get out of this, and then I'll come back and start another one, okay? So hang on just a moment. So here we go. If I can figure out how to get... Should be a way to get in and out of there.